Did they play the part where I'm walking in, they go,
Yes.
bam, and then they come running up?
Well, they didn't. They showed you
Oh,
like
yeah.
walking in, but they must
Yeah.
have cut.
Oh, yeah. I don't like to come across like they're running after you and then you're running away from
Yeah.
them. So, I don't know how it came across. I hope it did okay.
No, I think so. Jeff not here today, or?
He's sitting outside.
Oh.
They're set up with a tripod up in front of the door.
Oh, okay, okay. Great. They'll be fine.
We have this canned speech we're going through with everybody, so bear with us. These poor guys, they can probably tell it to you, they've heard it so many times so far. I sit down in the break room, and I walked up. I'm John Sarai, I'm with BCI. We've been tasked to lead this. As such, I've been here at BCI 15 years. I was 9 years a uniform cop in the Youngstown area prior to. Been involved in officer-involved shootings for about the 15 years I've been here at BCI. As the lead, we have certain rules we follow. This is a criminal investigation, not internal. As such, our kind of rule policy is that this is criminal. You're entitled to all rights and privileges the same as everybody else, and you're going to be given your Miranda warnings as such. That doesn't mean we think you did anything wrong. It's just the way we do it. Okay.
My name's Scott Gardner. I'm a detective sergeant with East Cleveland Major Crimes Unit. I think I may have not spoken with you, but I saw you on the scene that night. So.
Okay. We have a list of questions we're asking everybody here. At certain points, we're going to let you carry on and ramble about what happened and how everything went down. Please don't think the questions we ask you that we think you're stupid or anything. We're going to ask certain questions because we want you to expound upon things. We're looking for the details and everything else. Also, there are a couple questions we ask, and yeah, they're kind of eye rollers. We understand that, but it's the information that we're asking everybody. Okay, we're not singling you out because, well, we think you did this or anything else. Okay. If at any time you have any questions for us, by all means, ask. If there's something you want to share with them first, that's not a problem to say, can I talk to them? You guys go out in the hallway and confer and come back in. Okay. All right. We good to go? Mm-hmm. All right. God, it's moving already. All right, we're going to start off then with the Miranda warnings. Okay. You have the right to remain silent, and then you say can and will be used against you in court. You have the right to consult with an attorney and have an attorney present during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, what can be provided to you before questioning at no cost? Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, we'll start with the demographics. Your name?
Paul Box, B-O-X.
Okay, Paul. Your home address? Okay. Number to reach your cell phone?
I have one quick question.
Yes, sir.
Media's not getting this, are they?
No, no, no.
Okay.
That's still protected, and any media requests way after the fact, that all gets redacted.
Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to...
No, that's a fair question.
Okay.
Your date of birth? Okay, very good. One of the things we are saying is, and these guys should already said it, you know, be honest in your answers. If you don't know, say you don't know. Guys fall back in cop speak. You don't have to. It's humorous. We've done enough of these that guys are, you know, reportedly, allegedly, all that. Just speak English for us. Okay, let's keep it simple. Obviously, everyone's point of view is a little different from everyone else's. I don't expect what you tell me to be exactly what your partner said or anything else, because this is your unique point of view and your interpretation. And we will say that different questions, I want your interpretation.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not asking about, well, you know, it kind of looked like this, you know, from talking with my partner, it was this.
Mhm.
No, we're looking for your perspective, okay?
Certain questions we might ask for you to tell us what you know now, for the most part, try to frame your mind to the perceptions of that during that time.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously, you've learned
That
things
night,
since then,
that's
right?
correct.
Yeah, okay, and don't be afraid to say, yeah, well, you know, this night it was this, but I've learned since then, okay?
Mhm.
Just
I'm just trying not to think like that at all. I'm trying to think of
That
that
night.
night, what my mindset was.
Perfect.
And that's how I'm gonna try to answer everything.
Okay, perfect. First question we're gonna ask here is, how are you holding up with all this?
I'm stressed,
Okay.
very stressed. I've lost 18 pounds in 1 week. I know.
There's some people that would pay for that.
I know, my wife's very jealous. She called me an asshole actually for losing 18 pounds. But, yeah, I'm not sleeping very well. This just keeps running through my head.
Okay. Later on, we're gonna talk about, ask questions about who you spoke with. I know in law enforcement, there's a stigma about mental health professionals. Please use them, okay? I know one of your other officers here made the comment, didn't want to talk to anybody else until he spoke with us first.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay.
I wanted to get this out of the way, and then I feel I can move forward and talk to someone else.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, that down the road, I'm sure there's people you can work with, utilize them, okay? Your current assignment?
Midnight shift in the 2nd district,
Okay, what is the time that you work normally?
8:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m.
Okay, last week when this occurred, what were your days off? Because I know days off float.
That was my Friday.
That was your Friday, so you.
So I would have been off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That was my last day of work
Okay.
that week, the day of this incident.
Okay. Who was your supervisor that night?
Sergeant Farmer?
You said, I'm sorry, Farmer?
Farmer, I believe. Because I mean, they rotate from OIC to Sergeant Farmer.
Okay. All right. Prior to this night, were you working any side details the past, say, 48 hours, Tuesday, Wednesday? Side jobs, extra duty, open shifts, anything like that?
You know, I don't remember. I may have Tuesday at the church. I work at St. John's Cathedral downtown. But I don't recall. I don't think I did. It's only like little 3-hour shifts we do
Okay.
there.
Maybe on Tuesday.
Possibly.
If you did, what were the times would have been?
It would have been either 11 to 2 or 3 to 6, and I don't.
In the,
I'm sorry, 11 to the morning.
okay.
I'm sorry about that. Or 3 to 6 in the afternoon. I don't believe I did work though. I usually do work Tuesdays. For some reason, I think I was off that Tuesday.
Okay. Okay. Thursday, how are you feeling? Tired, sick, sneezy, dopey, grumpy?
Normal.
Normal, okay.
Normal. Happy it was my Friday at the time.
Okay. Any medications you're on? Prescription, over the counter? Any corrective lenses or anything?
No.
How are you dressed for work Thursday night?
Full police uniform,
Internal, under vest or external vest?
external vest.
Those like issued, everybody's wearing those, or
They're
That's
the bio.
just about.
it's the more comfortable?
They are nice, yeah. Especially in the summer, you can take them off and inside, don't have to sit there and sweat to death.
Okay. What kind of gear are you carrying? Duty belt in your vest pockets?
What do you mean, what's on my
Yeah,
belt?
yeah, what are you carrying with you?
My service revolver, or not revolver, I'm sorry, my Glock, pepper spray, handcuffs, rubber gloves. My ass holder broke, so I don't carry that. I just keep that in my bag. Flashlight, and a radio.
No taser?
No, I don't have a taser.
Okay. Magazines for your pistol?
1 in and 2 out.
Grand total, how many rounds?
I have the 19, so that would be 46, I think 46.
Okay.
15, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Any backup gun or anything?
No.
Okay. Any digital recorder, or covert camera thing in the pocket?
No.
Don't have it, don't use it?
Nope.
Okay. All right, cruiser, what car number were you in?
I believe it was 245, I think, that night.
Not real sure, though.
Not 100%. We get different cars every night.
Okay. What was your call sign you were running under?
2 Adam 37.
All right. Partner?
Randy Patrick.
Who was driving?
Randy.
Do you guys normally, I mean, you ride with the same guy, or?
Yeah. We're partners every day.
Okay. In-car camera, personal? No.
No.
This is a fully marked car?
Yes. It was one of the all black ones, but it has, big police words on the side. We still have black and whites too.
Right. Everything working okay? Lights, the sirens, spotlights?
Yes.
What radio channel are you guys on?
Channel 2?
Ever change stations at all during the night? Okay. Your background, any extra certifications you do, SWAT, negotiator,
No,
instructor?
I'm an academy instructor. I teach driving. I teach at Tri-C and I teach for Cleveland's Academy.
Just driving?
For now, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Military experience?
Army Reserve,
What's your MOS?
13 Bravo, Cannon Cocker.
What is that?
Cannon Cocker.
Cannon cocker?
That's
Artillery?
artillery.
Field artillery, I'm sorry. But that's,
I'm part of the service army, so.
Okay.
I know what you meant.
I appreciate it. I just, for the sake of the, we
I
have to
apologize,
clarify.
but-
Okay. Firearms qualification, what did you qualify with this year?
I believe I missed 1 round.
No, I mean,
Is that right?
what weapons? Handgun, shotgun, rifle, submachine
Oh,
gun?
both, handgun and shotgun.
Okay. Any use of force training in the past year?
No.
Okay. Your APATA certifications are all up to date and everything?
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to go back on your answer here, but everybody up to this point sort of says they get use of force blocked off with the firearms training. I'm just.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to,
No,
I'm not trying to
a
change.
review of policy.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Change that to yes.
Okay.
I was thinking like classroom type, special
You've been
training.
through in-service this year, you think?
Yeah, I apologize for that. Yeah, I did have in-service training. I wasn't thinking along the lines of in-service, I was thinking something
A
special.
specific class on use of
Right.
force, which is what they do here at the academy here. Your OPATA is up to standards, and right? Everything's good there?
Yes.
Okay. Were you ever involved in any other prior shooting incidents?
I was.
Okay, how many?
One.
Okay, how long ago?
August of 2000, I believe. Vic, because me and Randy started talking real quick, because it just started, your adrenaline starts going up a little bit. You hear shots fired, a policeman calling it out, so you figure, this isn't some citizen calling in fireworks, you know what I mean?
Right.
This is the real deal. And, because we get, a lot of false calls, I'm sure you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're thinking, this is the real deal. And we kind of stayed up in our zone still, because he said he was going to try to follow the vehicle. I was kind of listening to his radio traffic. I don't remember word for word what he was saying, but I know he had it, and he said it turned like left on Prospect, I think, which would have been eastbound. And then I know he lost it somewhere in the downtown area. And then it was picked back up by 2 Adam 31, which would have been Hummel and Seaford, on the Detroit Superior Bridge. That was a couple minutes had passed, I would say, from when Vic had broadcast that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it actually, we were thinking, well, how's it going over the Troy Superior Bridge? Because the way he said it, we thought it would be going the other direction. So he turned around somewhere and then went westbound instead of eastbound. But so, I know 2 Adam 31 tried to stop the vehicle refused to stop for them. And, you know, basically the chase is on. So, we're listening to the directions they were going, but we weren't heading down that way because I said, Randy, we'll just stay up here in case they come our direction. So we actually started down westbound on Memphis, heading towards Ridge at one point. I mean, we were listening to the whole thing going on. And, you know, Randy's still just kind of driving, but we're staying closer to the, you know, Fulton, all that whole area so we can get down there if we need to get down there.
Okay.
And, because they were pretty far away from us. Zone 1, they ended up in Zone 1, which is complete opposite district. We're all the way over here, and they are all the way over here. That would have been lights and sirens, a 12-minute trip. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And so we just kind of hung in our zone, listening to where directions they're heading. And when they started heading, Clark, they started heading eastbound on Clark at one point. And Randy turned around, because we were by approaching Ridge. Randy turned around on Memphis and went down Fulton towards Denison. And the car continued eastbound and went down in the Steelyard area. And so we were still kind of far behind from where they were at. And so I was telling Randy, I said, go to the freeway, like 176, in case they jump onto 176. And I said, go towards the freeway. So he's driving towards the freeway. And I believe it was when they were in a Steelyard when I first heard the mention of actually seeing a gun. I want to say it was down in the Steelyard area. It's where Seifert had said, you know, the passenger has a gun, pointing the gun out the back window at us. You know, something to that effect. And, you know, that's when it really hit. You're like, oh my God, these guys really do have a gun. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're like, all right, this is getting even more serious now, because, you know, you're trying to process everything. You figure you have Vic calling in, then you got the chase, and now you got a gun pointed at other officers. So that really ups the level. And, you know, a short time after that, they hit the freeway, going eastbound on 90. And that's when Randy jumped onto 176 northbound, because you can catch 90 east right from there. And we were lagging pretty far back from, I mean, we were way back actually. But I had made a choice to grab the shotgun.
Okay.
Because I said, it was probably right around when we were getting on 90. I looked there and I said, Randy, I'm getting a shotgun. I said, this could get bad quick. I said, you know, they're pointing a gun. I said, you know, if they wreck out, we might be shooting or something. I said, I'm grabbing the shotgun. And so it's actually kind of humorous. At one point, I tried to put the shotgun back because I was afraid if we got in an accident, I've got a shotgun in my hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you tried putting it back in the rack?
I tried to put it back in the rack, but I couldn't because our pop bottles and stuff were in the way. And it's true, I could not get that thing back in the rack. Like Randy's driving and you're moving all around, you know? And so I just decided to hang on to it. And but they remained on 90 and 90 eastbound. Like I said, we were pretty far back. And then they said they were getting off at 72nd, East 72nd Street. And we weren't even East 55th Street yet. And I told Randy to get off at 55th in case they come back and want to jump back on the freeway the other direction. You know what I mean? Because that's only one exit apart. Or one or two. I think MLK might be in between, but whatever. And but I mean, I remember they said, you know, they thought they were wrecking out. They ended up in the grass or something at 72nd. I remember hearing something like that on the radio. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna remember every radio transmission.
That's fine. Remember whatever you can.
I'm trying to remember the best I can.
You're doing fine.
And but they, you know, they said they thought they were gonna bail. It's East 72nd. We were already off at 55th at this point. We're like kind of almost simultaneously, I guess. But then the chase kept continuing southbound on 72nd. And a short time after that, you know, I know that the police car was rammed at one point. I don't know who it was. Heard that from a radio transmission of a police car being rammed. And as this was going on, Randy and I are actually trying to figure out where we're at. Because we don't really know the east side, that part of the east side that well. We both came from the 4th District originally, but that's a long ways from where we were at. But so he started going down some side streets as we're listening to the pursuit continue. And we actually, I don't know who it was, I think it was another district, but we saw some zone cars fly past us. So we're like, okay, we found it, you know. And then we jump back in the line of pursuit. And my timeline may be a little bit off, but also, you know, during this time of all this going on, you know, somebody came across radio, don't know who it was, saying that they saw them loading a gun. You know, they're like, they have a gun, they're loading a gun. You know, it looks like they're loading a gun. You know, trying to keep the timeline on all the radio chatter is tough. But anyway, we're going through all these streets. I don't recognize these streets. I don't really know them that much. I mean, the main streets like Euclid, things like that, I know, but these little side streets, I don't know them over there. So we're going through all these streets. We're just kind of following the line of cars, police cars, and end up going up this hill. They said they're going into the water treatment plant. And like I said, we were kind of far back, and as we're going up the hill, hear over the radio somebody yelling, "Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired." And we're like, I mean, that's, automatic. I mean, you're thinking, holy crap, this is really happening. You know, you're almost like, I can't believe this is really happening. You know, it's like these people are shooting at policemen now. Because that's all the indications we've had this whole time of pointing guns and everything else. This is what it's going to end up in. I'm thinking to myself, this is what's happening. It's, you know, someplace you don't really want to be, you know. And so we come around the corner of, because you go up the hill and you make a right into the lot. What we were told was water treatment plant ended up being a school. And as we're turning, we saw like these headlights coming at us. Now, I want to say I heard somebody say block it off or something. I think that was right around the time when they were yelling shots fired. I think somebody was saying block it off, like block the driveway or something. But we go up, make our turn, and we see these headlights coming at us. This is the first time we actually saw the vehicle, that we actually physically saw the car. And as Randy's driving towards it, the car ran into 238, whoever was driving 238, ran into their car. And, I mean, just bullets started, you could hear them, I mean, they're just going everywhere. And we're thinking, I'm thinking it's a major shootout at this point. I'm thinking there's two people shooting it out with however many policemen are right there. Randy stops the car, and I jump out, and I still have the shotgun. I jump out, I run up next to 217, and as I'm running, I see all these bullet holes in the window, 217, and that's when reality hit. I'm thinking, holy crap, this is really it. I mean, my fear level just skyrocketed, because I'm like, I'm in the middle of a shootout right now, and I'm scared for my colleagues, I'm scared for myself, and I mean, the adrenaline was just pumping, and I'm sure my hands are probably shaking with holding the shotgun. And as I got by the window, I actually could like feel, it's hard to describe, but you could like feel a bullet go past you, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I actually had one, I think it was a bullet, I can't verify this by any means, but something hit my vest, but it wasn't like you would think, you know what I mean? I'm guessing it may have been a ricochet.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like a, oh, knocking me down kind of thing. It was just like if one of your buddies when you were younger, and you come up and pound them on the back, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Kind of like that kind of feeling. You know,
Okay.
It's not going to knock you down, but you felt it. And so that even increased my fear level, because I'm thinking, oh my God, I might have just got hit with a bullet. And I mean, all these things are running through your head like 1,000,000 miles an hour. And the shots are still going off. And then, by I was kind of down, I was down next to, like just past maybe the front door, passenger door. I was down, like, the trunk and all, or not trunk, where the hood and all that meet with the door. And my partner came running up, he was a little bit behind me, and he came running up, and I'm not sure if he started shooting immediately. I think there was a little bit of a delay there, but I'm down, and I'm trying to work the shotgun, and I can't get the round in the shotgun. I can't get it to cycle, and I think I'm just like in a panic mode or something. But Randy started shooting. And when he started shooting, it was right by my head. I mean, I could feel his, like the, what do you call it, like the waves.
Blast.
Yeah, I could feel that, like all through my whole brain, you know what I mean? He was probably, I would guess, maybe a foot to a foot and a half away from my head shooting, and I was down, and he was probably like up here. And he's a lefty, so I should be like this, but he's a lefty, and actually, one or two of his shell casings actually hit me in the head. But I'm like, I gotta get out of this spot, so I kind of got away and went to the other side of Randy, and this is where it gets kind of foggy for me. So I went to the other side of Randy, and I remember trying to work the shotgun, and the next thing you know, I'm actually standing in front of the police car, no cover, no nothing. And I know I fired one round, maybe 2 rounds, my shotgun. For some reason, it's just foggy to me. I don't know why, can't explain it. But it's just, it was like the craziest thing I've ever seen. I thought, man, we are in like a major gun battle right now. Then after I shot, it's just, I can't even give you a thing of time. You know, like I could try.
What did it feel like?
Almost felt like going to another dimension. It was just really strange to me. It just, my whole brain was just like pulling you this way and pulling you this way, and it's just really weird to me. And I've never felt anything like that in my life. I can't. It's just really hard to describe how. It's almost like I lost a couple seconds or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how I got in front of the car. Obviously, I put myself there, but I don't remember going there. Why would I leave cover to do that?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to me at all. You know what I mean? Why I did that, but that's what I ended up doing. But then kind of like the next thing I remember is Randy says, "Hey, my forehead's cut." And so, I'm looking, I says, "It's not bad, you're all right." I said, "Probably some flying glass or something," thinking, because the bullet holes and the windshields and all that stuff. Still don't know what cut his forehead. It was just a little, it wasn't bad.
Okay.
But
What happened next?
after that, you're like catching your breath, and you're like, holy crap, what just happened? You're like, and you try to calm yourself down. And I actually took my vest off, and I put my vest on the trunk, and I was looking at my vest with a flashlight. I'm thinking, something hit me, but I don't see one mark here, which is good. But something hit me, and I don't know if in your guys' investigation you can tell if the passenger side mirror was shot off of the zone car of 217, because the mirror was gone.
Okay.
I don't recall if it was gone when I ran up to it or not, but after everything was done, I saw the mirror was gone, basically. And I started thinking, well, maybe the mirror got shot off, maybe the mirror hit me, and maybe that's how Randy got his forehead cut from glass from the mirror.
Okay.
That's just what I kind of thought of at the time.
Okay.
But it took me a few to unwind, because just the escalation of fear, it's like you go from a little bit of fear to more fear to like the most fear you ever felt in your life, and because I thought I was in the middle of a gun battle, trying to help my fellow officers, you know what I mean? And it was very stressful, very traumatic for me.
When you were shooting, what were you shooting at?
I was shooting in the direction of the car.
Anything in particular?
I don't even remember. just remember shooting at least once. I knew the threat was there in the car. I'm like, there's the threat, and that's what I'm aiming at.
It's the car.
Yeah, I don't
Have windows, windshield, door.
I don't know what I hit.
Okay.
I have no idea to this day what I hit. I'm sure I'll find out eventually, but to my knowledge, I'm the only one that shot a shotgun.
Okay.
I don't know if I hit him or her. Probably not her. She'd been on the other side. I don't know if I hit a window or a door. I guess it was kind of buggy for me.
Okay, that's fine. You did good. And we'll go back now. We're going to start clearing up some details here. Okay. All right. You guys get on the freeway. You're on 90 eastbound. You say you're far back.
We were far.
Yeah.
Can you see any of the cruisers ahead of you?
We could see a couple. I mean, I don't know who they were. Could have been third district guys, you know, whatever. But I remember at one point they were already around Dead Man's Curve, and we weren't even to Dead Man's Curve yet. We were
Okay.
probably about East 22nd Street maybe.
So you guys are
We're back.
about 22nd, and you can see them at Dead Man's Curve?
No,
Or
they
you
were already
recall
past
where
it.
you're-
They were already past Dead Man's Curve, and we, like I said, we were probably at 22nd, maybe approaching Chester type area.
Okay.
Because we, like I said, they were already around because they're like, you know, we're going around Dead Man's Curve.
They already called it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we weren't even close at that point. We were still a few exits back. So like I said, we never even saw the car during the chase. We saw it hit the police car. That's the first time I saw the car.
Okay. You're running through the side street trying to figure out where you're at. You said you saw some zone cars go past, as in crossing in front of you? Or
Yeah, we like
running
approached
parallel?
like a stop sign, and I told Randy, I said, hold up, because I saw cars, you know, and they're hauling my butt, you know?
Yeah.
And so there's like maybe 3 of them, and then we went through and just kind of fell back into line.
Okay.
But at one point, I think we were a little, we really didn't know where we were at.
Mhm.
You know, I'd never heard of Star before. I mean, I heard it on the radio, but I don't know where, I couldn't find it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So there's about 3 cruises ahead of you now, and you guys are rolling in, and somebody broadcasts that they think we're pulling into the water treatment plant at first. Okay.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Now, take a look. Does it look familiar to you?
Sure does.
Okay.
Our car would have been right here.
Okay. That's what I want you to do right now. Okay. We got plenty of Sharpie pens in here now.
Let me draw it in there.
Yeah, draw it in where it was, where you came in at.
Well, here's the street. Wait, what?
Well, yeah, well, no, just where your cruiser ends up at.
Approximately.
Approximately, yeah.
Around.
Obviously,
Just around
that's-
the little
yeah,
cruiser box or
Yeah,
whatever?
exactly.
Probably would have been, oh, maybe right there.
Okay. Are there any other cruisers around you when you pull up there? I mean, obviously, we've got the 2 cars in front of you. Is there anybody next to you that you know of?
No, not that I was aware of. I don't think there ever was anybody next to us, I don't think.
Okay. So, you're on the passenger side, so what do you do then? You get out?
I got out and I ran up to, you want me?
Yeah, absolutely, draw it out there.
Make a dot or whatever?
Absolutely, put a dot there, but you want to draw the line showing to and from, that's
Yeah, I
fine.
do need glasses.
Those readers if you need them.
Let me try them. Actually, yeah, those are really
They're
small.
Costco specials, so don't worry.
I can keep them.
You gotta get those when you're 60.
Okay. I ran up to, when I got out, I ran up, it was probably right about parallel with the front windshield, I guess you could say. 'Cause
Okay.
I mean, I saw the bullet holes, and I was thinking, oh shit, they're shooting, you know?
Is there any other officers there at that time?
I did not see anyone. I don't know where they went. I might have ran right past them, I have no idea.
Okay.
I really don't know. I did not see, they had to be there, because when it was all over, I saw Cindy standing there. But I don't know where she was, you know.
You're talking Cynthia Moore?
Yes, yeah, I'm sorry. Or I should say Officer Moore.
That's okay.
But
Okay. So you run up there, and the next thing you know, you're standing over here by the suspect vehicle, out
Well, I'm
behind
right,
cover.
yeah, I don't know why I went there.
So eventually you end up where then? Even
I would
with-
probably say, like, even with the bumper, probably,
Okay,
maybe 2 to 3 feet away from the car.
Okay.
So let's just put a little dot there. I mean, this is definitely not to scale.
yeah, that's fine. This is just relative here.
I have no idea why I did that to myself. Why would I do that? I can't, that personally bothers me, why I would leave cover and not even realize I did it. You know what I mean? That personally bothers me.
Okay. You're having an issue with the shotgun. What's going on? Just
I don't know if it was nerves or what. I don't think it was a malfunction of the gun, probably wasn't. It was probably me.
Okay.
Probably operator error. I could not get the thing racked.
it was locked forward, you couldn't release it?
Yeah, I just couldn't release it. I mean, I know where the release is at, I know where the safety's at, you know, we do this in service every year. I've actually racked my brain about this at home, thinking maybe I should go shoot the shotgun more often. I thought I was familiar with it, but maybe I'm not when it's under pressure, you know, because I had a heck of a time getting around in there. And I was probably like, oh my God, you know.
Okay. During the chase, are you broadcasting anything on the radio?
No. Never said one word on the radio.
When you're pulling up in your car, can you hear anybody giving any verbal commands, trying to shout at the suspects?
I couldn't hear that.
What could you hear?
When we were pulling up is when I heard somebody yelling over the radio, shots fired.
Okay, what about when you're out of the car?
When I was out of the car, I could hear nothing because we're short on radios and I
Uh-huh.
didn't have a shoulder mic.
Okay,
I had just, it was just on my hip and that's it.
okay.
And then I
Nobody
couldn't
was
hear.
shouting up there, giving any commands up there?
I couldn't hear.
Okay,
I was maybe too focused on the car or something, I
okay.
don't know.
Didn't hear anybody shouting ceasefire or anything?
I didn't.
Okay. Now, this is gonna be, I'm gonna jump back up, yes, I know, I'm gonna jump questions.
No, that's
Okay.
fine, that's fine. I'm just remembering what's,
Okay, your interpretation of the area, how well lit is it? What can you see?
There was some lights. There was a couple light poles, I believe. It wasn't like daylight by any means, but I mean, you could see better than, you know, there was some light there. I'd say better than minimal, maybe.
Okay. What about with all the overheads blinking and everything?
Well, that always makes your eyes go everywhere, you know, but.
Did it help? Did it hinder, do you think?
I'll be honest, I didn't even pay attention to them.
Okay.
Did not even pay attention to them.
Okay. This night, when this is happening, your description of the suspects in the vehicle is what?
I didn't know what the description was.
Okay.
I really, I mean, you said I can kind of go back to what I've
Yeah.
done later. I did hear that, we were talking about this in the lunchroom, that I guess Nan did broadcast 2 black males, but I didn't hear that.
Okay. Since that time, since Thursday night, you've heard the names of the suspects?
I haven't watched the news.
Okay. I'm going to show you, because these guys, they were in the district, the names Timothy Russell, Malissa Williams, do the names sound familiar to you? Do they look familiar from any other interactions you may have had? Okay. Here again, now, this is your take on this, all right? Why did you shoot?
Because I felt my life was in danger, and I felt every officer that was there was in danger,
Why is that?
because I thought we were being shot at.
Okay.
And that's where, like, the whole, when I said this is the real deal, you know, I thought, this is it, you know, to me, it's not about the glory or anything, I just wanna go home. Do my job and go home.
Okay. Could you see the suspects moving inside the car when you moved up?
You know, as a matter of fact, when I first ran up to the car, I did see the driver move, just for like a split second, I see it. And then that's when I said, you know, I heard the bullets and everything, and I went down.
What did you see the driver doing?
I just saw movement. I can't be more specific than that, because I couldn't tell you, because it was like a split second.
Okay.
But I did see like a driver, like head or something, you
Okay.
know what I mean? But it was a real quick split second. I mean, fraction of a second.
Okay. So, I'm gonna get this right now. I'm gonna draw this here for you. You've got, this is 217. You run up to it, and for the sake of argument, you're here, okay? Randy comes up and comes around you on this side, correct? And then you go around him like this, and
Whatever
our
reason.
suspect vehicle is, say, here like this?
Yes.
That's accurate, what happened?
I would say that's pretty accurate.
Okay,
Because he started shooting, and like I said, it just felt like it feels like your brain's gonna melt. That, you know, the whatever you call it coming out of the gun. And I don't know if I went behind him or if I went in front of him. You know what I mean? I don't know how I got around, but I went to the other side of him. And the next thing you know, because I remember fiddling with the gun, because I'm like, damn it, it was saying, don't get in there. And the next thing you know, I'm standing outside of cover for,
okay.
I have no idea why.
Did Randy come up and join you up here? Was there
No.
another officer here?
No.
You were all by yourself?
I believe so. I didn't see anybody with me. I would hope nobody would be as dumb as I was to do that.
Okay. Best of your knowledge, one round, maybe a second.
Correct.
Okay.
Did anybody ever come up to you and take your shotgun from you, or
I gave it to Sergeant Coleman to secure into her vehicle.
do you know, if you know, did she do a round count?
I don't know.
Who's Sergeant Coleman?
She's a sergeant in the vice unit.
Second district.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, second district, yes. It was just a weird, it's very strange.
Okay. What are your observations of other officers' actions?
The only officer that I can remember actually seeing was my partner.
Okay.
And I don't remember seeing anyone else there until after the fact, you know, until everything settled down.
How long have you and Randy been partners?
We've been partners just this year, started January 1st last
So-
year, or this year, I'm sorry.
Almost a year then?
Almost a year.
Okay. Okay. Did you see anybody try to do any medical treatment on the subjects?
EMS,
Okay, do you know who called EMS?
I have no idea. Like I said, once I'm out of the car, I can't even hardly hear my radio because I don't have a shoulder mic. I didn't have a shoulder mic that night.
Okay. Everything's calming down here, the shooting has stopped, what are you doing?
Just trying to unwind, I guess. I
Okay.
mean, like how far away from the shooting you talking about? Like later that night?
No, as things are settling, the shooting stops. You said you took your vest off.
Well, like I said, I was talking to Randy, and he said he got cut in the forehead. And, you know, I was like, you look like you'll be fine. And that's when I saw Cindy, Officer Moore. And I did take my vest off, and I was looking at my vest. and I
Where did you do that at?
The trunk of 217.
Okay.
And I don't even know who I was talking to. It may have been Officer Moore. I thought it was Randy, but he said it wasn't him. But I'm like, I said, I think I might have got hit. And I was looking at my flashlight. And I know Amita said he saw me doing that. Or Alameda, I don't know how you pronounce his name. But like I said, there was not a mark on my vest. I looked at it pretty well. There was not one mark on it.
Do you have a bruise underneath that spot, or do
No.
you feel a sore spot in your chest?
No, nothing. I felt something hit me though. I don't know what it was. They said it may have been a ricochet, so it could have been just coming in slow, whatever.
Okay. You checked the shotgun, you reloaded it all, you stood there holding it until the sergeant showed up, what did you do with the?
I just kind of carried it around with me for a while. That's why I was getting tired of carrying it. And I asked her, I said, hey Sarge, do you mind if she said, is your car close by? Because I didn't know where she was at in all this. And she was, yeah, it's right over there. And she took it and put it in her car.
Okay. So, outside of physical injuries, you didn't get hurt at all, no scuffed knees?
No.
Okay. And you kind of clarified that by him asking you for bruising or
No,
tenderness?
I checked when I got home and stuff and nothing. Like I said, you know when you're like in high school and your buddies go
Yeah.
like bam on your back, they're like, hey, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't fall, you don't like crumble into a ball or anything. It was kind of like just somebody slapping you real hard in the back, but it
Okay.
was like right in here though. But like I said, not, I thought at least the cloth on my vest would be ripped or something, but there wasn't a mark on it.
Okay. Okay. What are some of the officers saying at the scene there as things are winding down? What's the atmosphere there?
The atmosphere was, I think we're all on the same page, thinking these people were shooting at us. And we're all, I know my state of mind was, you know, I'm thinking, man, this is a good shoot, you know. You'll get the gun, you know, out of the car later, whatever, and everything's gonna be fine. And, because that's really, truly what I believed. And, of course, you know, that's just turning out,
Okay.
but.
Well, we're just talking about that night, what's going on, what are guys saying, what are they doing?
People are
What
just
their
kind of
actions?
hanging around. I wouldn't say anybody's acting out of the ordinary. I mean, not that I can pick out anyway.
Okay, all right.
I mean, you remember any specific comments anybody was making, or?
I don't really. I mean, I don't know. Some of the people I didn't really know. You know, some of the guys I really don't know that were there. Like the 3rd District people, I knew one of them. You know, and you know, people were asking you, are you okay? And, you know, just general conversation like that, you know. Other than that, nothing really stands out to me.
Okay. Under the circumstances, here's one of these questions that I gotta ask here. Were there any other options that were practical or available to you that you could have done besides this?
I don't believe so. Because like I said, I 100% truly thought we were being fired upon by these people. There was no other reason for me to believe otherwise.
Okay. Who have you spoken to regarding this incident besides counsel?
Of course, my wife. She doesn't know all the details, but just general, you know, because they were said, you know, just keep things basic,
Right.
you know. My parents, close friend of mine.
Police officer?
No,
Not police officer?
he's not a police officer.
Okay.
But he was involved in a bunch of stuff in Iraq.
Okay.
So
So he's ex-military?
He's actually ex-Blackwater.
Okay.
He worked for Blackwater. But, you know, he just, you know, he's had some issues with some things that he had been through. So he kind of gave me some comforting thoughts, you know what I mean? So,
Okay. What about officer-wise?
officer-wise, my partner, Randy. As far as the shooting itself goes, probably just Randy.
Okay. You guys get into a lot of detail about it, or just kind of generic there too?
Just generic there. I mean, we pretty much know what's going on, because I
Okay.
kind of just kiddingly been like, dude, you were shooting your gun right by my head. You know, he's like, well, I didn't know what I was, he was like, I didn't, he's just like, it all happened so fast, you know?
Right, right. Okay. While you're at the scene that night, take out your cell phone and make any phone calls?
I called my wife. That would have probably been maybe 25 minutes after the fact, probably.
Okay. Call anybody else from the scene?
No.
All right. Did you see anybody using their cell phone to take any pictures of the scene?
I did not.
Okay, you didn't take any, you didn't see
I
any?
did not.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody taking pictures.
Okay.
You know what? I think I called my buddy Tom too. The one, Blackwater guy. I think I called him.
From the scene, you mean?
Yeah, I think I called him also. He's like my best friend. You know what I mean? I think I did give him a call.
How long after the fact, do you know?
It would have been either right before or right after my wife. Chances are I called my wife first, hopefully. But like to think that way.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. But
Okay. Do you feel your actions were consistent with your training?
I do.
Okay. What about everyone else at the scene? Do you think they reacted as they were trained?
I can't speak for them because I didn't even really see anybody else besides my partner at the time. So as far as that goes, I would say yes when it comes to Randy. Because I don't even know where other people were standing.
Okay. Question that we're asking everyone. Has anyone asked you to lie or otherwise try to influence your statement to us?
No.
Is there anything you think we should know that we didn't ask you?
You guys covered it pretty well, I think.
Okay.
I feel relieved that this is now over and I can go talk to somebody.
Oh, did you fire your Glock at all, or just your shotgun?
I'm sorry?
Just the shotgun you fired?
Just the shotgun.
Not the Glock at all?
No.
Anybody check your Glock that night?
Homicide did. They checked the rounds.
Of your handgun?
Handgun, yeah.
It's the first time you fired your weapon on line of duty?
No, this is the second.
How long ago was the first shooting?
It was in, I believe, August of 2000.
That was the baby on the roof?
Oakfield incident, yeah.
Counselor?
I think it's all covered.
Okay. I'll repeat one of your questions from yesterday, because now I'm thinking about this. The media is putting the big racial slant on this. Was anybody making any comments about race or anything like that?
Not that I heard.
No comments about it, no snide remarks?
Not that I heard.
Okay.
Do you think that this is racially motivated?
Of course not. I mean, it always ends up that way in media's eyes, you know what I mean? You know, so, I actually expected this, believe it or not. I truly did. I even told my wife, said, it's gonna happen. And she's like, you're right, because I'm not watching the news, she is,
Okay.
you know?
Anybody else? No? Okay, very good, sir. Yes.
Would you mind initialing that on the Sharpie there?
Video.
I'm sorry, put your badge number.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, I didn't.